Have you ever noticed that your cat seems to have a favorite person? Maybe they follow one family member from room to room. Maybe they always choose the same lap to curl up on. Or perhaps they greet one person at the door while barely acknowledging everyone else. Many people assume a cat's favorite human is simply the person who fills the food bowl. But if you've ever lived with a cat, you'll know it's rarely that simple. Some cats become deeply attached to the person who plays with them. Others prefer the quietest member of the household. And sometimes the person a cat chooses isn't even the person who spends the most time with them. So how do cats decide? The answer reveals something fascinating about the way cats see the world. Unlike dogs, who often form strong social bonds with entire groups, cats tend to build trust more selectively. Their favorite person is usually the individual who consistently makes them feel safe, understood, and respected. In other words, becoming a cat's favorite isn't about trying harder, it's about speaking their language. Let's explore how cats really choose their favorite person. One of the biggest misconceptions about cats is that they are distant or independent creatures who don't care much about human relationships. Research over the last decade has challenged that idea. Cats form social bonds with people, and those bonds can vary dramatically from one person to another. In the same household, a cat may seek comfort from one person, play with another, and avoid someone else altogether. This doesn't necessarily mean they dislike anyone. Instead, cats learn to associate different people with different experiences. One person may provide food, another may offer gentle play sessions, someone else may unintentionally make the cat feel nervous through loud movements or unpredictable behavior. Over time, these experiences shape a cat's preferences, and while food plays a role, it's often not the deciding factor. Food is important to cats. Their survival instincts ensure they pay close attention to who feeds them and when meals arrive. If you've ever been reminded that dinner is exactly 3 minutes late, you'll know how seriously cats take their routines. But food alone doesn't explain why cats choose favorites. In fact, studies examining cat preferences have found that many cats actively seek human interaction when given multiple options, including food and toys. What many cats value most is positive attention on their own terms. A cat may appreciate the person who feeds them every morning, but they often form their strongest bond with the person who also plays with them, talks to them calmly, and respects their boundaries throughout the day. Cats remember how people make them feel, and feelings tend to last longer than a bowl of food. Have you ever noticed that cats sometimes seem drawn to people who aren't paying much attention to them? It can feel unfair. The person desperately trying to make friends gets ignored, while the visitor sitting quietly on the sofa suddenly has a cat in their lap. But from a cat's perspective, it makes perfect sense. Cats are naturally cautious animals. In the wild, survival depends on recognizing potential threats quickly. Loud voices, sudden movements, chasing, grabbing, or unpredictable behavior can all make a cat feel uneasy. Quiet people, on the other hand, tend to be easier to read. They move more slowly, they create fewer surprises, and they allow the cat to remain in control of the interaction. That sense of control is incredibly important to cats. When a cat feels they have a choice, they're much more likely to approach voluntarily. Ironically, one of the fastest ways to earn a cat's trust is to stop trying so hard. If there is one quality that appears again and again in strong cat-human relationships, it's respect. Cats communicate constantly through body language. They tell us when they're curious, they tell us when they're relaxed, and they definitely tell us when they'd rather be left alone. The challenge is learning to listen. Many people make the mistake of assuming affection should always be welcomed, but cats often have very clear boundaries. A cat resting peacefully may not want to be picked up. A cat walking away may be ending the conversation. A twitching tail may be a warning that their patience is running out. Favorite humans tend to recognize these signals and respond appropriately. Rather than forcing interaction, they allow the cat to choose when and how affection happens. And because the cat feels respected, trust continues to grow. Imagine trying to communicate with someone who never understands what you're saying. Eventually, you'd stop trying. Cats experience something similar. While they don't use words, they communicate through posture, facial expressions, tail movements, vocalizations, and touch. The people cats bond with most strongly are often the people who become skilled at reading these signals. They know the difference between a greeting meow and a demand for food. They recognize when a slow blink is a sign of comfort. They notice when their cat feels anxious before the anxiety becomes obvious. To a cat, being understood creates a sense of security, and security is one of the foundations of trust. Many owners think a cat chooses their favorite person because of one special thing. In reality, the bond is usually built through hundreds of small interactions. The person who pauses for a play session after work, the person who gently brushes them, the person who sits nearby when they're nervous, the person who follows the same reassuring routines every day. Cats thrive on consistency. When they know what to expect from someone, they feel safer around them, and safety is often the strongest predictor of attachment. So how can you tell if you've become your cat's favorite person? Every cat is different, but there are several common clues. They may follow you from room to room, they may choose to sleep beside you or on your bed, they may greet you when you come home. They may rub their face against you, mixing their scent with yours. Some cats bring toys to their favorite human, others simply choose to spend time nearby, even when they aren't seeking attention. Perhaps the strongest sign is choice. When your cat consistently chooses your company when other options are available, they're telling you something important. They trust you. Before we finish, I'd love to know about your own cat. Does your cat have a favorite person in the family? And if so, what little behaviors make you think they've chosen them? Let me know in the comments below. I read every comment and I'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoy learning about cat behavior and understanding the hidden meanings behind the things cats do, consider subscribing to Feline Minds for more videos that help you build a deeper bond with your feline companion.